Good knots are important because they don't undo themselves, and you'll always be able to untie it after use, even when the rope is wet and been under load. One of the easiest knots to tie is called the figure of 8. This is sometimes called a stopper knot because it can be used to stop a rope from pulling free from a fair lead or jam cleat. Start with the rope in one hand like this. Bend the top back and pass it underneath the main part of the rope like this. Pass the tail back across the top of the main part of the rope. Pass the tail up through the top loop like this from beneath. Finally, grab the tail and pull tight. Next, the reef knot or square knot. This is a general purpose knot used to join two pieces of rope together. Holding both ends, pass the left-hand piece of rope over the top of the right-hand piece and back under. Pull a bit of slack through. Bend both tails so they point together, passing the right-hand piece of rope over the left-hand piece and back under. Pull both tails tight. The round turn and 2/2 hitches is a knot that's used to tie a single piece of rope to a fixed object. This is particularly useful when tying a boat to a cleat on a pontoon or its trolley. Loop the tail of the rope underneath the fixed object and wrap it completely around one complete turn. Continue passing the tail back around until it points back towards you. Next, take the tail and pass it underneath the main part of the rope and loop it back around, poking it through the loop that's just been created. And pull tight. Repeat this a second time, taking the tail back underneath the main part of the rope and poke it back through the loop you've created and pull tight. An alternative when using a cleat on a pontoon is to make a series of loops in a figure of 8 like this. Do this several times, finishing off with a full turn. The last knot we'll look at is the bowline, which is the knot that most people have difficulty in learning. The bowline knot is used to create a fixed single loop in the end of a line. It's very strong under load and can be used in many places on the boat. To start with, make a small loop by placing one hand on top of the other hand like this, leaving plenty of tail to create the end fixed loop. Take the tail and poke it up from the bottom of the small loop that you've just created. Pass this tail underneath and back around the main part of the rope. Poke the tail back down through the small loop, this time from the top. Holding the tail and part of the fixed loop in one hand, pull the main part of the rope tight with the other hand.